You're about to find out that the vacuum draining your money isn't the cheap one. It's the one you were proud of buying. Here's the number that should bother you. When Consumer Reports asked tens of thousands of people how long their vacuums actually lasted, the median came back at 8 years. 8. That's the middle of the pack, which means half of everyone got even less than that. Your grandmother had one machine that outlived 3 presidents, and somehow you're on your 4th vacuum in a decade. That's not because you're careless with them. It's because a lot of vacuums are now built to be replaced instead of repaired, and the price on the box tells you almost nothing about which kind you're holding. So let's walk through exactly how you're getting robbed, because once you can see the trap, you stop stepping in it. Then I'll tell you which boring, unglamorous machines actually earn their place in your house. The first way you lose money is the one that feels like winning. You're scrolling and you see a sleek, cordless stick vacuum. It says $119, crossed out, now yours for $49. Big red tag, 500 people bought it since yesterday. Your brain reads that as a deal, and you grab it before it's gone. Here's what you actually bought. That $119 original price was never real. It's an anchor, printed there, so the $49 looks like a rescue. The machine was designed from the start to sell for around $50, and it's going to behave exactly like a $50 machine. Thin plastic clips, a motor that whines the moment it hits a rug, a battery that fades inside a year, and a giant suction number on the box, 40 kPa, 60 kPa, whatever sounds impressive, that has almost nothing to do with how well the thing lifts real dirt out of a real carpet. You'll use it happily for a while. Then the brush stops spinning, or the battery holds a 2-minute charge, and you go to fix it, and you can't. There's no belt you can swap, no part number that turns up anything, no repair shop that will even look at it. So you throw it away and buy the next $49 rescue. Do that 3 times and you've spent $150 filling a landfill and you've learned nothing. The cheap vacuum didn't rob you once, it robbed you on a subscription. Now here's the trap you never see coming, because you paid good money specifically to avoid the last one. You walked past the bargain bin and into the premium aisle. You spent $400, $500, $600 on something with a gorgeous finish, a color screen, touch controls that glow, and a brand people actually recognize. You told yourself you were finally buying quality. Sometimes you were. Often you were buying the appearance of quality bolted onto a machine that still can't be opened. And this is the part that should make you angry. A lot of expensive vacuums are sealed shut. The housing is glued together instead of screwed. The motor is buried behind panels that only come off if you snap them. The cord doesn't unplug, it's wired in, so a frayed cord means the entire unit is dead. And those glowing touch controls you loved in the store, think about what they really are. A mechanical switch lasts 20 years. A touch sensor is one more fragile thing waiting to fail, and when it fails, it can take the whole vacuum down with it. The people who repair vacuums for a living have a simple test, and you're allowed to steal it. A machine built to last is held together with screws and real fasteners, so a human being can open it, clean it, and put it back together. A machine built to be thrown away is bonded, sealed, and clever. Price does not tell you which one you're looking at. You can absolutely spend $600 on a disposable vacuum with a luxury badge, and a lot of people do exactly that. That's not a premium purchase, that's a premium mistake. And that brings us to the most expensive trap of all, the one hiding inside almost every cordless vacuum on the shelf today: the battery. You love cordless, everyone does. No cord to fight, grab it off the wall, done in 10 minutes. But here's what the marketing quietly leaves off the box. That battery is a consumable. It starts dying the day you buy it, and in most cordless machines it holds a strong charge for maybe 2 to 4 years before the runtime falls off a cliff. 1 month it cleans the whole house on a charge. A year later it quits halfway down the hall. So you do the reasonable thing and go to buy a replacement battery. And this is where you find out how the game is really played. On a lot of machines, the official battery runs anywhere from $60 to nearly $200. People have called repair shops and been quoted more for a single battery than a brand new vacuum would cost. And in plenty of cases, the manufacturer's own answer, when you ask how to replace it, comes down to this: don't bother, just buy a new vacuum from us. Sit with that for a second. You paid extra for cordless convenience, and the convenience was engineered with a 2 to 4 year fuse burning inside it. When the fuse blows, the cheapest road they've left you is to buy the entire machine over again. That's not a vacuum. That's a wallet with a fan in it. Now, a few brands do handle this honestly. Some cordless models use a battery that pops out with one click, sells for a fair price, and even comes as a spare so you can swap it and keep cleaning without missing a beat. Those machines exist, and they're the ones worth your money, but you have to check before you buy because the box will never volunteer it. Quick thing before the checklist. I packed all of this plus a maintenance routine that adds years to any vacuum into my guide linked below, so grab it before you shop your next vacuum. So how do you stop being the mark? You change what you're looking at. You stop shopping by price tags and suction numbers, and you start shopping with a short list of questions the salesperson usually can't answer, which is exactly why they matter. 1. Can you get parts? If you can't turn up a belt, a filter, a brush roll, and a battery for that exact model in about 30 seconds of searching, walk away. A machine nobody stocks parts for is a machine nobody expects to last. 2. Is it screwed together or glued shut? Look for a service panel, a battery you can actually reach, a cord you can replace yourself. If it looks seamless and sealed and impossibly clever, understand that the cleverness is not working for you. 3. If it's cordless, how much is the battery and does it come out? Find that price before you pay a cent. If a replacement battery costs half of what the whole vacuum costs, you already know exactly how this story ends. 4. Bagged is not an insult. People love to roll their eyes at bags, but a bagged vacuum seals the dust away from the motor and away from your lungs. And a box of bags is a couple of dollars, not a couple hundred. A cheap consumable is a feature. An expensive one is a trap. 5. Boring is good. Ignore the screen, the app, the 17 little lights. None of that cleans a floor. A simple, serviceable machine with a strong motor and a metal brush roll will quietly outlast the entire light show sitting next to it. Which finally brings us to the good news. The vacuums that actually earn a permanent spot in your home. And I'll warn you right now, none of them are exciting, and that is the entire point. If you want the machine that shows up in the still running after 20 years stories, you're looking at names like Miele, Sebo, Kirby, Recar, and Sanitaire. These aren't the ones with the slickest ads or the prettiest unboxings. What they share is design you can actually live with for a lifetime. Sealed motors that stay cool and don't choke on their own dust. Metal brush rolls and reinforced belts instead of brittle plastic. Housings held together with screws so a repair tech or you at your own kitchen table can open them up. Parts that are easy to find and cheap to swap in. Some of these are literally engineered for thousands of hours of runtime, which in a normal home means decades of Saturdays. Yes, a serious one of these costs more upfront than a throwaway stick. But run the real math with me. Buy one good machine for say $400 and let it run for 20 years, and that's $20 a year. Buy a $49 rescue every couple of years and toss it when it dies, and you'll sail right past $400 in spending, except you'll have spent all those years shoving around weak, fading machines and dragging the dead ones out to the curb. The expensive vacuum is very often the cheapest thing in the room. The cheap vacuum is usually the most expensive, and if a lifetime machine just isn't in the budget this month, that's completely fine. The rule still protects you. Buy the simplest, most repairable vacuum you can afford, corded if you can live with a cord, bagged if you can stand a bag, from a brand that actually sells parts. You'll spend less over 10 years than the person who saved money every 18 months. So here's what I want you to do. Before you buy your next vacuum, or before you rush to replace the one that just died on you, run the 5 questions. Parts, screws, battery, bag, boring. If a machine fails that test, it does not matter what it costs or how good it looks under the store lights. It isn't a vacuum you own. It's a vacuum renting space in your house until it breaks. You work too hard to keep buying the same machine over and over again. Buy the one that fights for you instead. And if you want the exact models plus that maintenance routine in one place, my full vacuum buying and care guide is linked right below this video, so go grab it. And if this changed how you look at that shiny little stick vacuum sitting in your cart right now, so subscribe to not miss any videos. Your wallet is going to thank you.